No greasing, no corrosion, reduced weight by up to 75%, quiet operation, clean and dirty environment. It operates in there as well, but what the heck am I even talking about, Nicole? That's why you're here, right? So I can just say a bunch of words and you can tell us what they mean.
Great, yeah, so welcome back, Tony. We're here today to talk about dryland, which means dry running linear operations. So all of our linear bearings, we're gonna start out with the modular concept, so some of the bearings themselves, which start out with just really a tiny little plastic liner, all using the same testing, the same development that all of our other products utilize and use. And you can see these products have a little more metal than some of the other ones, but again, the technology is really in the plastic liner that's inside of them. So we start out, we have round shafts with round bearings, all again meant for linear motion. And what we've done since then is develop a more modular system, which is our dryland W. So our dryland W is this particular configuration. We have a variety of different carriages that can be utilized, different carriage plate sizes, everything from hybrid roller type applications for machine doors down to anything with lower coefficients of friction and so on and so forth. So a lot of things that you can do here with our modular dryland W for, again, a variety of different applications. These are all dry running as well, so there is no need for any external lubrication. So again, reducing maintenance downtime.
Nicole, I'm probably going to ask a question here that is an obvious or even rhetorical question because I think the answer might be the lubrication part of things, right? But I have to say, there's a lot of variations of what I'm seeing here. I mean, so much so, and then I'm only looking at the Igus products, right?
Yeah.
But there's a lot of other variation environments out there as well, right? So what I'm trying to get to, why do I have this long-winded statement, Nicole? It's because what do you think sets the Igus products apart? Is it going back to that lack or not unnecessary lubrication, or are there other components that the audience can understand to go, oh, now I get it?
Yeah, I mean, I think really the no need for any external lubrication is a big piece of the puzzle. And part of that is that these can be used in very dirty applications. So with no external grease, there's no chance that any of the dirt will bind into the liner and essentially cause any type of stoppage or damage to the shaft itself. And then in really clean environments, such as medical or lab equipment, you obviously want no contaminants, right? So this is what this bearing offers for you. It also, because these small little liners, you can just replace these instead of replacing the entire unit, which makes things more cost effective and more efficient for a lot of engineers.
Sounds like you guys have had this sorted out for a while.
We have,
it might be that you've done this for a long time, right?
We absolutely have, yep. And I think what really makes us unique is that we do grow and develop and try to do things. We want to have modular systems because not every application is the same. Not every customer needs the same things.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah.
I was going to have a segue for that, but that is the doggone truth right there. Is everyone is different. Everyone needs different things. Now, I know we have a lot to talk about in this video, Nicole, and I want to keep moving as much as we can, but I don't want to skip over anything. You've already mentioned operates in clean and dirty environments. We haven't really talked about vibration dampening, greaseless operation. We kind of touched on that as well. But I'm sure, even though this all looks like linear guide rails to me, there's differences that you'd probably like to explain and the audience wants to hear about, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So depending on what customers need, we also have our dryland T, which is a little bit more of a robust system than something that we have called our dryland N, which is a little bit more low profile, which we'll talk about in a minute. So depending on what you need, depending on what application you have, you would use either dryland T, dryland W, dryland N, which we'll again get to, that's low profile. But vibration dampening is a very important point because it means that the bearing itself can withstand a lot of shock and impact load, which not everything can, let's face it. And with ball bearing systems, that can be challenging. So I think that's another thing that really sets Igus apart.
Yeah, that's a great point. And there are a lot of industries where this sits, but I come from the machine tool industry, and I can definitely agree with you on how important vibration dampening is to the overall end product, right?
Absolutely.
Do we want to keep walking and showcasing some more? I'm seeing,
Yeah.
again, I love movement. I mean, the audience loves movement. What are we trying to display? It's moving so quick I can't even read it, so I wouldn't even know how to lead you into it. But replace your linear bearings now, dryland. Is that what we're showcasing here?
Yeah, we are. So you can see here, these are quiet, they are corrosion resistant, there's no need for any type of greasing because of the self-lubricating effect. Also, when you have ball bearings, you know, you have a certain startup phase. There are times that the balls can jam, right? So it's really important. These are plain bearings, so they are different than a ball bearing system, and offer different advantages. But really, I think you can take any of the components that we've already talked about, Tony. You can turn them into actuators with or without motors. You can buy the individual components themselves, design it yourself. If you want to configure something, we have configuration tools online to really give you what you need for your application.
All right, Nicole, as we continue to walk, I have to ask you another hard question. You know I like the hard ones. How in the world did you memorize all of this? There's so much going on. Have you been doing this since you were 18 years old?
I haven't,
Obviously, I knew that question was coming. I had to have a little fun with Nicole because this really is a lot, and you're a true expert. I've played in the world of bearings. I've actually turned something on, shot all the grease out of a bearing, seized the bearings up, locked them up, lost my product. I mean, there's a lot that goes into that world, isn't there?
Yes, absolutely. And I think, we talked about it before, but really external lubrication can do a lot of damage to the environment. It can create a lot of problems for future generations. Also, corrosion can do the same, right? So any type of rust, we work on having corrosion-free options without any type of rust as well. So.
All right, well, we're going to make an illegal U-turn right here, Nicole. Well, maybe it's not illegal. Maybe it might be legal. I make illegal ones all the time, though. Because this, to me, this starts to get fun. I've machined some of these myself, the different thread counts, the plastic goes along with it, corrosion-free with Dry-Tech plastic bearings. Okay, we're getting more and more in detail with some of the topics we've already touched on a little bit, aren't we?
Yeah, we have. And again, the technology is really all the same. So once again, we have plain bearing style lead screw nuts and lead screws, a variety of different pitches, high helix, anti-backlash. If you need something, we probably have it. We have a variety of different ways that these are manufactured, from injection molding. We can also machine parts for testing. We can 3D print parts, which we're going to talk about. And all of these plastics, again, are extremely rigorously tested before they go to market. So we can tell you exactly what they'll do in your application, what to expect, and how well they'll perform.
Sometimes that's the best part, is giving these things a test to see if it's true to what we tell everyone, right?
And maybe something else too, we do have a very liberal sample policy. We want you to try it yourself, right? We want you to prove that these bearings will work in your application. So we're happy to provide working samples, which I just also want to point out. So see for yourself, really.
Yeah, important to point out. I think the audience loves hearing, we want you to try them.
Absolutely.
Have fun like we did, right?
Yeah.
Have fun with the, the bearings themselves. Okay, this is going to be cliche, Nicole, and I apologize to the audience ahead of time. You know what I think of as a Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
It's obviously not a Ferris wheel, but it's showing kind of how each of the different threads, and it goes back and forth, right? Do you want to go into more detail?
Yeah, I mean, this is really just showing and showcasing a variety of different lead screw nuts and different types of lead screws. You can see some will move faster than others. You can also see that there's no grease or lubrication. I can touch this. My hands aren't getting dirty. I think that's really important, really key. And you can hear, even though you hear it banging against here, generally speaking, it's a very quiet operation. So as this is moving, you don't hear it, and it's extremely robust. It can be used just like this, or you can turn it into, again, a complete actuator. Yeah,
Nicole, to your point, from here to here, I don't hear a thing. It's only when it hits and the gear of the wheel itself turning.
Exactly. Yep.
The rest of it, silent. I mean, all the way silent, and I like that. I've definitely had some bad noises in my day with some of my machines.
I'm sure.
Let's continue as we move down. I'm starting to see a difference in color, which means I'm probably starting to see a difference in product lines, aren't I?
Yeah, absolutely. So the bearing materials here that we have, primarily for our dryland, we use iGlide J as well as J200, but we also have different material options that are, you see white in color, which that's an FDA compliant material. So if you have any applications that require anything with food or medicine or anything that requires FDA compliance, then you can utilize those. So different certifications, we have everything from different railway standards and anti-flammability for any aircraft applications. Really, we can utilize, most of our lead screw nuts can be done in any of our iGlide materials. So we have over 50 materials available.
Again, Nicole, I'm probably going to say something redundant and stereotypical or rhetorical, whatever words you want to use, but it really feels like you guys went into this world and said, we're going to offer everything that we can in an eco-friendly way and just make it work better.
Right. Yeah, so I mean, really, when we say improve what moves with Motion Plastics, that is what we strive for. So we are really working towards making an engineer's job easier, helping them, supporting them, and making sure that really everything that can move in the world is done efficiently, effectively, and with confidence.
Well, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Everything that moves in the world includes me, and I got some bad moves. I'm even starting to get creaky as well as I start to stretch out. Is there anything else as we finish out this tour? We've done our full U-turn at this point that you would like to highlight, because there are just so many different products. I want to make sure that you get your voice heard by everyone that's out there while they're still paying attention, for lucky enough to have you on camera.
Yeah, no, thank you. Just here you can see, again, as Tony mentioned, really a wide variety of different styles and designs. We have some stainless steel tables over there with a hygienic design, really so that nothing gets caught inside of it. If you have any type of washdown environment, that's really important. You can see belt-driven tables, screw-driven tables, motors, really for heavy-duty applications, lightweight applications. If you have space constraints, we have an actuator for you, or the components for you to be able to utilize for any type of linear motion that you might need.
Nicole, now I kind of want to sing to you. Have you ever heard of the song by T.I. about having whatever you want?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it seems like I can have whatever I like here for sure.
Absolutely.
All right, let's close this thing out, Nicole. We've been talking a long time. We probably both need a drink of maybe some hot lemon water or something like that for our throats. All right, let's close this out. Any profound statements, anything we've left out, anything that I haven't guided you toward that you think is important for the audience to understand about these incredible products, this line of products here?
Yeah, I think really the biggest thing for me is, again, the fact that there's no need for any type of downtime or preventative maintenance, but I think that for us, we want you to trust in the products themselves, and we know we can believe in them. We know that they come with guarantees. We know that we can tell you how long they'll last in your application. So I would just ask, give us a call. We want to talk about your applications, and we want to help you.
You're amazing. That's all she wrote, my friends. Thank you all for watching. This is my friend Nicole, and man, this is a topic that is so fascinating to me. I have a lot to learn. I'm grateful that Nicole is here to teach me. Thank you all for watching. I hope you've learned as much as I have today.
Thank you.